Tenerife is defined as an island. Even more, I will say it's like a small continent, because in such a small space has so many different climates and so many different ecosystems and so much to offer. And for me personally, it's home. It's a very unique place in the world. I've been abroad many times, and this place still feels and surprises me every day.
He nacido aquí, soy ibicenco y he tenido una infancia absolutamente maravillosa en una isla donde se podía respirar una libertad y un contacto con la vida y con la naturaleza como en muy pocos lugares del mundo.
I started to be aware about the need of energy transition and the need of taking a better care of what we do in our environment when I was pretty young, actually. Probably had to do because I study biology, marine biology, and also I lived abroad in poor countries in Africa, and there you see the struggles of a bad management of the environment and a bad management of the energy. And then when I came back here to the island, we had a few big blackouts, and then you start to get curious why this is happening.
Yo me comencé a sensibilizar muy joven. Empecé a trabajar de diseñador de interiores en Madrid y me di cuenta que mi profesión tenía un impacto brutal. La transición energética no solo es placas solares, no solo es el petróleo que se consume, sino también los materiales que consumimos. Tiene una dimensión muy grande. Por lo tanto, me parece muy importante que sea la sociedad civil organizada junto con los políticos que colaboren y que hagan ese cambio pues todos juntos.
There are many little things that can be implemented even in little uses of things that we do and we use at home. Recycle, decide to put solar panels in the houses, try to use the vehicle less possible. When we think about energetic transition, we tend to think on the big grid of the island and the big energy production, but it's also the little things. We know by now that the small doings of single people make a huge difference in the world, because at the end we are millions in it. And also then I started working here, which it's an institute related and it works with renewable energies. So I started learning more and more about all of the problems associated to it.
Cuando yo estaba haciendo diseño de interiores y me interesaba por la bioconstrucción, estamos hablando de hace más de 30 años. Me interesó ese proyecto y acabó el libro en mis manos y acabé utilizando algunas imágenes como referente de proyectos de arquitectura bioclimática punteros en España. Hay muchos sistemas muy sencillos que se pueden emplear, pero estamos como un poco deslumbrados por la cosa tecnológica, cuando las casas ibicencas eran bioconstruidas, eran bioclimáticas y funcionaban a la perfección.
For a tourist here or anywhere in the world, it's a bit different than for a local, because at the end you're in the place for a shorter period of time. But if you think about it, if you have good habits at home on switching off lights, switching off the tap while you do stuff, the water tap, recycling, etc., at the end it's about keeping those habits when you're on holiday. and also try to choose always places where to stay and activities to do that are more considered with the use of energy in the place where you are traveling to.
Pueden hacer y mucho. Depende de conciencia y depende de que nuestros responsables políticos sean capaces de comunicarles cuál es nuestra realidad y cuáles son nuestras necesidades al respecto.
So maybe use more the public transportation.
When I buy my items, I only take the things done in Canarias. Because I think it's better, because there is less transport, and also it has a better taste, and it's good for the local market.
And ask them, use that little sign on the door, don't wash my sheets today, or don't wash my towels today, let's wash it in a couple of days, not so often.
If you use the public transportation, you can save a lot of energy and do good for the environment.
It looks like energetic transition and keep growing the touristic industry, they clash. They don't go together. We need to find a way to stabilize that touristic industry so it keeps feeding us economy, but at the same time stabilize also the energy production and the energy availability. And that's not easy. I think it will be a very important thing to do, to give tourists on the entry to the islands for the holidays some basic information about how sensitive is a small territory like this, with so many tourists coming every year, all of the time.
Necesitamos informar a la ciudadanía sin miedo, entonces tendremos que informarlo, tendremos que explicarlo y tendremos que sondear cuáles son las soluciones.
Yeah, I think if there were more tips and stuff, I would use it more. Yeah, so I think it's not that visible.
The Genera project can help very much in the beginning of that transition to local authorities, and also middle way and later on gathering information on how that's going. Normally you want to do it, but you really don't know how to start, where to start, and at the end the energetic transition, even though it's important, it's one of those big tasks. So the little ones get in the middle and you might end up not doing it quick enough. So I think Genera can definitely help on that matter.
Parece una muy buena iniciativa, financiada desde Europa por LIFE, y cualquier iniciativa que vaya en la línea de promover los valores de una sociedad con menos consumo de combustibles fósiles, bienvenida sea. Hace falta muchísima labor de pedagogía, muchísima labor de información, muchísima labor de concienciación para que entre todos podamos avanzar en este maravilloso cambio que tenemos por delante.
If we give the environment a proper economic value, it will be easier for everybody to understand how important it is not to keep damaging. There is also the option of the energy communities, and where they can get together and at the end have big savings on the energy expenses.
Las comunidades energéticas me parecen una grandísima solución al problema energético. El futuro de Ibiza lo vamos a escribir entre todos, y de hecho lo llevamos escribiendo muchos años. Yo, desde mi pequeña parcelita, voy a hacer todo lo posible para que avancemos en una dirección que sea de mayor conexión con la naturaleza, menos contaminación, menos masificación.
In Tenerife, we are kind of, it's not only my field, I think it's the field of all of us that we live here. We are in a limit position where if we keep growing without taking anything else but economic profit and more tourism in mind, it's gonna be big problems for the island. Not only for the locals, but also for the tourists that came here.